Hello, hello, happy Sunday everyone. Hi Gecko, welcome. Happy Sunday. My app is broken. Hi Minnie. Happy Sunday. I don't know what's wrong. My app is broken. Do I need to update it? Awful timing, by the way. Anyways, I hope you guys have been well. I hope you had a wonderful week. As I mentioned on my Discord, I did have a little bit of bad news. For me personally this week, this doesn't affect you guys. I hope. I hope this doesn't end up affecting you guys. I'm still trying to come to terms with the fact that I have to go to office 3 times a week instead of 2 times a week. It's okay. I'll manage. It's okay. I'm not upset. I am actively thinking of quitting my job though. I'm like, I need to get out. I need something else. Like, what if they end up increasing it next year and then they increase it again the year after? It's a scam, simple. I can't exactly call it a scam. So I also can't complain about it because it's literally in my contract. My contract says that I need to be in office 5 days a week, right? So the whole kind of setup where we only needed to be in twice a week was very much temporary. Like, it was intended to be a temporary thing, and then they wanted everyone to gradually come in more times a week until it's to, you know, the standard 5 days, right? So the 5 days that I signed the contract for. So I really have no right to complain, which makes it a little bit frustrating, but you know, it is what it is. I'm sure it will be a yearly change until everything is back to normal. Yeah, exactly. So I don't have much time left. I need to step up my game. Oh boy. If I didn't have a mortgage, it would be easier. I don't think the bank will be very happy with me quitting my job at this point. Because I have a debt. Okay, there we go. The app is back. What happened? What happened to you? Are you okay? Anyways, for the unforeseeable future, I will be working on Ente Ouroboros until this is finished. And my plan is to also make some promotional, illustrations, promotional content, in anticipation of its public release. Obviously, when this is finished, I will put it up on my Patreon. It's just for everyone with Kind's blessing to read. And then probably a few months later, I will be posting it publicly, releasing each episode every week. So yeah, that's the first plan. I was thinking to myself, like, okay, how long can I survive on just my savings alone? And honestly, it's not very long. It's not very long. I need this job. So yeah, I just need to work harder, right? I just need to put my shit together and then, you know, get back on track, do the things that I intend to do, make my patrons happy, and that will make me happy. Long story short. You know, it's, after all, it's not the end of the world, right? Right? Let's see how quickly I can finish this. Like, technically, I should be able to do it very quickly. I don't know why. I just can't bring myself to do it. So I'll be hard focusing be hard focusing today. Unlike last time. Last week was mostly chatting. Not that I mind, I love to chat with you guys. But I also want to try and get some work done, especially knowing that I won't be able... Not that I won't be able to, but I don't work on this outside of streams. Even though I want to, but then I would still prioritize games, right? Because I'm having too much fun playing my games. But maybe I should, you know, stop doing that too. Or at least cut down even more. Anyways, there's just lots of thoughts going through my head right now. Like, how can I solve this? How can I make life more pleasant and easier for myself, right? I think that's a question that tackles all of us. Something that keeps all of us busy. If you have a solution, let me know. When you find out, tell me. How to make life easier. Not saying that, obviously, it's not that you don't have to work hard as a creative. Arguably, you would have to work harder if you are a freelancer, right? Because you don't have a stable income. But yeah, pros and cons to everything, right? I would think despite the added work, since it's something that I really want to do, I feel like I'll be able to pull it off, even though it is more work. So then I don't mind doing it because I actively chose to do it, right? The intention is different. I mean, obviously, I also chose to get a full-time job, but... Oh, hi, Alan. Good morning. Happy Sunday. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. I was just lamenting about the fact that the company I work for is increasing the amount of days that I have to be in the office physically from 2 to 3 days. And I am desperately trying to find out kind of what I want to do about this. Like, obviously I'm gonna have to accept it. I'm not gonna like it, but, you know, I will have to accept it because I do need the money. I should start a revolt, but just by my lonesome. You think people would listen to me? I mean, look at me. Would people take me seriously? Sorry to hear, don't worry. Like, as I mentioned just before, is I really have no right to complain because my original contract says that I have to be in 5 days a week. And because of the whole pandemic issue, obviously we had a period where everyone was working from home, and they are slowly increasing the days that we need to be in office until it's like returned to quote unquote normal. So back to 5 days. So probably I'm gonna predict that next year they will increase it to 4 days, and then maybe the year after it will be back to like full-time. Like, no more days working from home. I would probably cry if that happens. I would need to find a solution. Because we're also moving offices this year. We're moving to a different location, which is a bit less accessible via public transport. So I would then opt to take a car because it would be faster and probably easier. But taking the car means that I cannot read on the train, right? I cannot read in the car. I cannot do my own stuff in the car. So it's literally like lost time that I can't do anything for myself because I'm stuck in a car. I'm probably also stuck in traffic. Yes, 9 to 5. I already work like a regular full-time job, right? 5 days a week, 5 days a week, 9 to 5. But currently 3 of those days I work from home, which is still very doable. So yeah. Hi G-Man, welcome, happy Sunday. This is indeed the Maggie zone where Maggie is complaining about the fact that she's gonna have to go back to office 3 days a week. How's Maggie doing? Maggie is upset. Maggie is frustrated. And Maggie doesn't know what to do. But yeah, I'm just gonna... I don't know, guys. I just have a lot of thoughts, okay? If you have another solution for me, please let me know. Because it's... because of my mortgage, I can't exactly quit my job here and there. It's like, no, I can't do this. I'm out. That's not how this works. I cannot be that irresponsible because, you know, if I do that, I'm very likely gonna end up losing the apartment that I just bought, and that's something that I cannot afford to lose, unfortunately. I mean, all things considered, it's not too bad, right? It's still very much acceptable. It's just that I don't like it and I'm just whining about it. Because I know there's plenty of people who have no choice but to go to office 5 days a week, right? And honestly, I wouldn't have minded if they had a proper valid reason, you know, for us to be in 3 days a week as opposed to 2 days. Like, what benefit will it give the company for my team to be in 3 days a week instead of 2 days? Tell me. If you can show me that there is a significant, like, benefit to our team being in 3 days a week instead of 2, I will accept it, you know? Then I get it. Valid reason. That's okay. But I don't know why. Are they just doing it for the heck of it? Or like, is there actually a reason? Or is it like because they want to return to quote-unquote normal? Which is, in my opinion, not a valid reason. So... I think that's the part that upsets me or that frustrates me the most. It's not the fact that I have to be in 3 days a week. It's the fact that they cannot tell me why I need to be in 3 days. Oh, sorry, I missed one of Minnie's messages. I'm just stuck in a mindset that keeps telling me there's no reason to work hard to live long. I want to turn that around, but life/world events aren't helping. I mean, life is here to throw things in our path, right? And then we learn and grow through these experiences and by solving the problems that life throws at us. I like to see it as a challenge. The problem with life is that it likes to kind of throw things in your path when you're kind of not really ready for it. But maybe that's the point. So, I don't know. There's a little saying, if you don't know what to do, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm struggling though. I'm not a very good swimmer. I used to be. I had like swimming classes and everything, but it's been years since I last swam, and I don't like to swim. I don't like large bodies of water. I want to stay out. Get me out of the water, please. Get me out. Now, if I would include travel time, meaning if travel's 1 hour away, then it's 2 hours subtracted from work time. That would be my argument, but then it's impractical because I feel like some people may deliberately move further away so that they have less time to work, but then again, why would you do that? But there is not a single company here that counts commute as like part of their working hours. There's not a single one. They will never acknowledge that, and I understand that. I understand why they would do that. But that's why I'm being compensated, right? I'm being compensated a certain amount because I need to travel X amount of hours, right? Or actually distance. They calculate it by distance. So I am being fairly compensated. And actually my compensation is more than my monthly cost. So I actually earn a little bit of money just from living where I currently live and taking the train. But it only is like financially beneficial for me. Like I gain money as long as I don't work for more than 3 days a week. If I end up going back to working 5 days a week at the office, then I lose money from commute. Then they will not end up compensating me enough for my travel costs. The reason for more people in the office is to justify the rented building to show numbers to the shareholders. I wonder if that's actually the case, because it's not like our office is empty, right? We have other teams in our company, right? But they're just telling everyone to come back more. I don't know. I don't think I will ever understand. But yeah, anyway, if there's one thing, like one good thing that's coming out of this is that I'm now even more motivated to escape the 9-to-5 hell, so to speak. I actually think I may have left a long time ago if it wasn't for my colleagues. I absolutely love my colleagues and I feel very reluctant to leave them. And, you know, if I were to move to a different company that allows for more days of, you know, working from home, then I would kind of need to make a gamble, right? I would need to be like, okay, what are the people here? Like, what are they like? Do I like them? Do they like me? Like, what is our dynamic? And that sounds exhausting, to be honest. So even though I speak of like quitting and whatnot, I will probably stay with this company for the unforeseeable future. It is my colleagues that make it bearable for me. If it were not for my colleagues, I would not be here. I love them to bits. Micromanagement, I suppose. I guess the argument that I hear a lot about, you know, people or companies wanting their employees to return to office is control. Basically, they want to kind of feel like they have a sense of control over their employees. They want to maybe even watch over their shoulders, make sure that they are working properly. But that latter part is not even applicable to my team, because if we don't do our job, everyone can see. Everyone knows immediately. If Maggie's not doing her job, everyone knows. They can see it in the numbers. They can see it, you know, they will hear the customers complain. They will hear the sales team complain, you know, they will find out. I can't slack off, right? That's not the nature of my job. And I would argue that I'm actually more effective working from home, because I actually work longer hours when I'm working from home. I work longer hours and I'm not distracted by my colleagues, plural, because, you know, it happens. You end up chatting with your colleagues and then suddenly it's 4 p.m. and then it's like, oh, I guess I have to go home soon. And then you barely did anything that day. If their argument is like having a productive team, I'd be like, no. Lies. Oh my gosh, what's happening? Oh, thank you, G-Man. Oh, why does that guy have such little cake? You want him to have more cake? I can arrange it. It's just that he is, he's not one for training his cake, so he's not, like, he's just very lean. He's not very muscular, so he's not supposed to have cake. I can give him a bit more if you like, G-Man. You would love to only work 9 to 5. Gecko, you don't work just 9 to 5? You don't work just 9 to 5, 5 days a week? But I think the nature of your work is completely different. It's not the same. Not the same. Can they do anything if you don't go the 3 days in the office? I guess they could fire me, but they would be in huge trouble. They do not want to fire me. They would probably try and come to some sort of arrangement with me just to, you know, not lose me. But, you know, realistically, it's not like I cannot come to office 3 days a week. I cannot give them an excuse, a valid excuse of not going into office 3 days a week, other than I don't like it and I don't see the point, right? As an employee, I don't have much power here, unfortunately. My friend Ed and Dove is working from home, but they want at least 1 day of the week for him to go to office. 1 day, even for 160 kilometers. Wait, how long does he have to travel for that? 1 day a week is still very much acceptable. Like, I get at least 1 day a week. Like, you want to see your colleagues from time to time. You want to see their faces. And usually meetings will be planned on the day that everyone is in because it's just easier to discuss stuff. I get that. I get that. I do not mind being in office once or twice a week. But I don't understand the difference between them wanting us to come 2 days versus 3 days. No one can control the wild Maggie. I'm actually very tame. I don't know how you know, how you think of me. Like, I don't know if you realize how I am offline. I don't think I'm very wild online either. But I'm very meek. I'm very weak. I usually do as I'm told. Right? I'm a good girl. Oh my gosh, hold on. I have yet to do the hydrate. Let me hydrate and save. Thank you, G-Man. Oh my gosh, you work from 6 to 5 on minimum 5 to 7 days a week. Okay, but if you're not stuck at a desk, right? You're not stuck at a desk. I think if I had a job where I was also kind of expected to work that much, I would do it if it was not a desk job, because it just sounds more versatile. I don't know. It depends. It also depends on how much you love your job, right? If you love it, it's great. For me, how I feel about my current job is it's purely a necessity. I'm working because I need money, right? And I need the money to live. That's why I'm doing this job. I just want a job. Have been hunting for a job for months now. Oh no, my savings is right. I have been there, Alan. I have been there. I think... I don't know if you know. I'll tell you again. I studied to become a game artist many years ago. And I could not, for the life of me, find a job in the game industry. Like, first of all, the game industry in my country here is tiny. We have like three companies, 3 big companies, right? The rest is all indie. So I was like, I could go abroad, but then that's also kind of difficult. And then I was doing freelance on the side, but obviously I did not earn enough to, you know, to make a living. It was very little. And so my savings were running out as well. And I think I only had like 200 euros left in my bank account. I had completely drained all my savings. When my mum, she went to a Christmas dinner with like for the church. They arrange it sometimes and my mom is invited. And then she met my director there. And she was like, oh, my daughter, she's like broke, she can't find a job, and you know, she's still living at home. And then, you know, my director was like, well, we're looking for people. It doesn't matter that she doesn't have any experience, right? We can teach her. If she can learn, then, you know, she's welcome to try. And I was like, why the heck not? I had nothing to lose at that point, right? I was broke, I was depressed, and I was like, I just need something, you know? And my initial thought was to just, you know, just do this if I'm, you know, if they decide to hire me, to just do that and do it until I have paid off my debt, because I also had a debt, right? I had no savings, I had no money, I had a massive debt, a student debt. I was like, I have to do something. And so I just took the leap, and they actually hired me. Even though I literally went to that interview and I was like, okay, like I have no experience or knowledge about logistics, but I can learn. That's all I told them. And so after that chat, I think they liked me, so they hired me. They were like, okay, start next week. I'm like, yeah, I can start today if you like. You know, I was like, I have nothing. And so they hired me, and that was almost 6 years ago. Almost. And I'm still working there today, even though I have long paid off my student debt. I even ended up buying an apartment, which is now, you know, in work in progress. Indeed. Oh, hi, Flash Bites. Hi, welcome in. Happy Sunday. Yes. Anyway, that's my history. And then I think I also used those savings to buy a proper PC to kind of upgrade my kit here and to start streaming again. And I think this year in May will mark my 4th year as a VTuber. So yeah. I've come a long way. I'm hopefully slowly, I mean very slowly, but surely progressing to kind of the life that I want. At least I hope so. I have goals. It's good to have goals, right? So I'm here today. Very thankful for everyone who kind of stuck around from the beginning. Oh gosh, I'm behind. I literally ask any company wanting to hire me if they want me to be 1, a socially distracted slacker, or 2, a productive machine. Depending on their answer, I will also put in conditions for each, aka drag me to office, and I will retaliate by wasting time or let me stay home and get work done. I get that. I get that. Let Alan work as a technician at G-Man's company. Is Alan allowed to work from home? Wait, as a technician you can't really work from home. I think you have to be on location. Like that I get. If you have to be on location, then you don't really have a choice, right? You need to be there. Then I wouldn't mind. But for me, the difference is sitting at a desk at home or sitting at a desk somewhere else. It frustrates me every time I think about it, but I'm also powerless to do anything. I'm sure a lot of my colleagues have the same, actually. I know of at least 2 others who share my sentiments, so I'm not alone in this. You know, even though I love my colleagues to bits, I always like it when, you know, when we're together at the office and then we'll have lunch together and chat. I don't need to see them every single day, like, no offense. I don't need to see them every single day. Jima is just casually hiring everyone in chat. In 2 years' time, everyone in my chat is gonna be recruited by G-Man. Oh my gosh. I should maybe change my stream titles to like, hey, looking for a job? You know, come work for G-Man. He can hire you. I don't trust my own social media sense enough to vibe with current trends. I mean, I'm not on top of trends either, actually. I usually just find out about them by accident. Or through, like, other media that I watch, and then I will be wholly confused at first. Maggie's mom, hire my daughter, she's broke. No, honestly, that's literally what happened. Literally. And my mom went to the Christmas party again this past year, and my director was there as well. And my director the next day when I saw her at the office, she was like, "Oh, I saw your mom at the Christmas dinner, and she told me that her daughter didn't want to go with her to the dinner party." I'm like, "No, that's not what I said. I happened to have like other arrangements when she invited me. It's not like I'm avoiding them." Ugh. Network's the best way to find a job, hands down. Yes. Yes, I would not have my current job otherwise. It's always through people who know people. It's the same with, I guess, promotions and very much when you in certain industries, right? For example, politics. If you know the right people, you can get very far. You can go exactly like where you want to go if you have the right connections. Unfortunately, I'm not the social type. I'm very bad at networking. I don't know how to talk to people, really. I know how to talk and chat, but that's not the same, right? It's not like I'm not sitting here with the purpose of networking. I'm just sitting here for the purpose. Why am I here? I'm just drawing and chatting with you guys, okay? It's just, you know, super casual. I'm not here because I want something. I mean, I guess I want connection. I want to talk to you guys. I want to talk to people. But that's about it. And obviously I want to share my work, right? I want to share the progress. I want to share my thought process behind everything. And that's it. That is it. You know, and maybe meet some new friends while I'm at it. It's all very casual. When you say networking, it just sounds like, I don't know. I don't like whole networking events because it feels like people just get together because they want something from other people. Not that that's a bad thing, but I don't know. It feels too forced. I just can't force myself to connect in those situations. I always prefer to be more organic, but it's just not as effective as opposed to throwing your face into other people's faces, right? Tricky stuff. willingness to learn can go a long way. Exactly. Exactly. I think that's the key, especially, you know, if a company is looking to hire people, it works to not be picky, right? You don't want to be picky. There's plenty of genius people out there who may not have, you know, the current knowledge or skill, but they can be taught. Everyone can be taught, as long as you give them a chance, right? I don't understand student debt. Why are other countries doing in universities? People can't study or can't pay for it. Education is weird. I mean, everything costs money, right? And I have to say, it isn't as expensive in my country compared to, for example, the USA. So I guess compared to that, my debt wasn't too bad. I was able to pay it off in 3 years, I think it was, but only because I was still living at home, right? I don't really pay rent. I do pay my parents like a small contribution, but it's nothing compared to, you know, renting something. So I was able to save a lot. I was able to both save and pay off my debt consistently until it was gone. Listen, if I have to combat my student debt with a job, I need a payout after tax on at least 2.6 euros. Ain't no way that that's gonna happen. Like, I guess it depends on which industry you end up working in. If you were to... I don't actually remember what I earned when I was working as a waitress. I don't think it was that much. No, I don't think so. Yeah, it really depends on where you end up working. Well, that's tough. But even if something, or at least for us, I don't know if you have something similar where you are, but if here in the Netherlands, if you cannot pay off your remaining debt after, I believe, 30 years have passed, they will just say, you know what, forget it. You don't need to pay it back anymore. It's been 30 years, you still haven't paid off this debt, you know, it's fine. You must be really struggling, you know. So then you don't have to pay it off. But 30 years is a long time. Man, I would love to. I'm the IT guy type guy. I mean, maybe, yeah. GMM may have a job for you in Romania. I had to pay 4,000 Romanian pesos for 1 year in my university. 4,000. Wait, so 2.4k for 3 years. I think the 2.4 would be like an annual fee in my country. Yeah, you can always change careers. I mean, that's what I did. That's exactly what I did. Honestly, thinking back, I don't think I could have survived working in a game company. It is brutal. It is toxic. Cannot recommend. Very hard working. There's no fixed hours, right? At least with my current job, I'm very fortunate that my day starts at 9 and it ends at 5, right? I very rarely, there was just one very hectic period where I had to do a little bit of overtime in the evenings, but that was exceptional, right? Generally, I don't do overtime because it's not necessary. Even if I want to arrange stuff at like 6 or 7 p.m., there's no one here. There's no one who can help me. Everyone's already off work. It's like, no, do it tomorrow. So when it comes to that, I'm very, very happy that I have very fixed hours, right? It's a good thing. I worked a minimum wage job for the summer to pay 1 year of university. Wait, that's super nice. That's perfect. Then you will have no debt if you do that. Oh no, Alan. I hope you find a job soon. Or I hope G-Man is genuinely able to help you and he's not trolling today. But you never know. Entertainment is also... I mean, obviously, being in the games industry is also entertainment, but I would... Yeah, entertainment as a whole is a very tough industry to work in. Networking is easy, you need a good router. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. I do hope to move to a better network when I move to my new apartment. I want better and faster internet. I don't know what my off-time activities would convert to for a job. I don't... At least from the stuff you've recently been doing, you've been designing websites, right? That could translate to like a job at a company. What else? Even translating, I would think, is something that you can do. But I think translations are usually... they usually hire freelance to do it for them because it would be like one job or one assignment, something that needs translating. And then they would hire someone to do specifically that thing, so they would not have an in-house person to do translations for them. Maybe there are some companies that are dedicated to translations. I'm not sure. Or graphic design? Graphic design? I don't know. Or even marketing. Marketing is also tough. I would not put Minnie in marketing. Minnie will go crazy. I don't know. If you really intend on sticking to the things that you're already doing or the things that you're already familiar with, it's difficult. It's quite a big limit. They don't cliff up student debt up here? Oh, I see. G-Man's not trolling? Really? Oh my gosh, G-Man not trolling? Is the world ending? What the heck? I'm working on my certification to start the company. Oh, nice. I already have 2 people I can hire. Oh, wait, good luck with that. I'm excited for you to have your own company. Without my certification, I cannot start this company. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm still registered as a freelancer, but it's not quite the same as, you know, owning a company and having, you know, employees working under you. That's exciting. I guess it's a lot of work to set up, especially in the beginning. Will you get, like, will the government give you support to, like, at least they have that here. They have, like, startup support for you know, companies who are just starting out to help them along the way. They don't hire for translation anymore, not with MTL. What's MTL? Is that software? My company will start late February or early March. Ooh, exciting. Exciting. I wish your company the best of luck and success, so that you can hire more people. More people like Alan. Maybe grammar checking, but they've most likely put that on another higher Azeroth job. I see. Actually, I have done that. I have done that for my current company because I was the only person who spoke Dutch. So I was translating like government letters for my director. You're not getting any help from the government. Oh. So then I guess the initial cost would come from your own pocket. That's tough. That's tough. But I'm very excited for you. It's very exciting. Oh, machine translation. Oh, of course. I forgot that was a thing. Yeah. You have to do all of this stuff. But it's different if you chose to do it, right? If you're like, oh, I have this ambition or I have this goal, and then you will sit down and do it, right? So, and then it's exciting and then it's fun to do. But if someone forces you to, it's not as fun. I need more water. Talking about jobs is exhausting. I want to focus on the things that people would not consider a job, like my art. As a member of EU, there might be channels of support you could tap into if memory serves me right about Romania. Maybe. It would, you know, it would help to look into those things. Anything to help. I will use one of my apartments as the company address. Okay, and the custom paperwork is not that much because I will do all that paperwork myself and not use anyone else. I'm trying to make the initial cost as low as possible. Ooh. Saw that, but I'm old now. Oh no. Oh no. We have something similar, not with starting companies, but with buying your first house. There's also an age limit here. If you're below a certain age and you are buying your first house, then they will give you like a very cheap loan, I would say, to make use of to help you buy your first house. But if you're above a certain age and you're buying your first house, then they won't give it to you because then you're too old. Which is so unfortunate. So unfortunate. Because you can't exactly stop aging, right? You can't be like, okay, hold on. I need to put this on hold because I have a lot of other stuff to deal with. You know, let me deal with these things first and then get back to that. It's like, no. If you're old, we cannot help you. You know, sorry, not sorry. Speaking of designing websites, I have a stressing desire to offer you a free ticket for my card design. I'm curious how you would change it. Because me personally, other than, you know, changing the visuals, I would not change its current layout. As such a scam, I would age be a condition for startup unless you're on the brink of death. Yeah, I mean that I get it. Unless G-Man is actually that old, you know, we don't know that. I already bought my own domain, so I'll use that as the site for my company. Oh wait, that's really exciting. Yeah, maybe Minnie can help with the design, the web design layout. We can have everyone in chat helping each other out. That's great. I know they try to motivate young people. Okay, I get that. I would want your input on what you want to have showcased and let that be the guide. Oh, you mean to kind of transfer my card into more like a portfolio? Maybe not exactly a portfolio, but to showcase the, like, some of my work, you mean? Kind of similar to what you have? Can I promote my website here? I'm not selling anything out here. Sure, I'm curious actually. You can send the link to Minnie. I want to fix her hair a bit. That's better. I mean, it will be limited since you're on the free version, but it's still doable. I'll think about it, because currently I really have Card purely as like a hub for all my links. And I don't intend to change that. However, I'm open for my Weebly website. Because that one is super old. And I also want to... I'm not sure if I want to do this. I'm contemplating on removing the commissions information that is currently there. Just have it removed entirely. Because I cannot take commissions at this point in time. But yeah, I've not really, you know, had the opportunity, or I've not really given myself the opportunity to dive into things and to dive into the administration stuff and make changes, make updates to them, you know. It's very low priority, especially considering the traffic I get. There's like I don't feel that there's any point in me properly updating it. Not at this point in time, at least. Hold on. I want to put that on a new layer. I notice my lines are really inconsistent as well. But we'll see. I'll make adjustments as soon as I finish. I just want to focus on finishing this whole thing first, and then I'll see from there if I want to make any adjustments to some of the panels I have. If it's not too much work. Like if I hate it enough, if I dislike it enough, I may actually end up redoing entire panels. We'll see. If you're able to, oh wait, you can close commissions on VGen, no need to remove the link to VGen entirely. No, I mean on my website, I have a dedicated page to commissions. That's what I intend on removing, not the VGen. Because obviously I already have it up on my VGen, so I would link to my VGen instead. This is purely about my Weebly website. Not for card, but for Weebly. Because my card one, it will stay as a hub. So when it comes to the contents itself, I don't intend on changing it. I do need to add VGen though, it's so outdated. But again, with the amount of traffic I get, I don't feel at all motivated to, you know, prioritize it. It's so low on my priority list at the moment. I'm like, no, I just want to focus on, you know, Enter Ouroboros. I want to focus a bit more on Pandemonium, right? I want to focus on the things that actually matter to me. So I don't care about all that admin kind of back-end stuff, like the websites and like cards and such. Especially because I just get so little traffic. Like if I were to get more, then yes, obviously I would consider it because people would actively visit it. But since that's not the case, I'm like, I won't bother at the moment. But if you want to help, I'm open for suggestions. I kind of like the simple style I had going though. I think that's very me. Really want to make your card pretty? What would you suggest to add? Or change rather? Because I just have a background image and I have the links. And that's it. And I'm quite happy with it, to be honest. I'm quite content with it. Fly through so many styles so I don't have a personal fave. Because the thing that concerns me most, not really concerns, but that I personally wouldn't want for my card is for it to look too fancy to the point where people don't really know like where to look. Make things easy to see and click. You think what I have currently is not easy to see or click? My background is super blurry. I mean, yeah, it's scaled up obviously from the original, so it's blurry. But I mean, other than the art, how would you change the layout? I can't exactly have you make art for me for my background. Knockvoid, hi, happy Sunday, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Want me to make a mock-up? Sure, if you have time, if you feel like doing it. As I mentioned, my websites are just so low on my priority list. I likely won't make any changes anytime soon. But Minnie, I won't stop you from making a mock-up if you like. Saves me from time before I revamp my own card again. How many iterations have you gone through? I think last year you only made like 2 iterations, right? Or at least that I remember, that I know of. I would have liked to feature more of my art, maybe. The thing is, I don't really have any nice recent art to showcase. So that's another thing that's kind of holding me back on updating it at all. I feel like if I want to update it, then I want to make something dedicated to it. But then if I make something that is dedicated to my website only, it feels like a waste of time because it's like, this is just for my website. It's not important. What vibes do you normally like? You mentioned my current version was cute, but apart from that style, are there any other ones? Oh, you have a test site, I see. For me, it has to be blue, clean, and minimalistic. Yes, that's what I like. I don't like any of that snazzy stuff for myself. Though other people may like it, so I may add it just to kind of attract, I suppose, other people. Blue, green, minimalistic. Clean, sorry, I wasn't articulating. I mean clean, not green. Dark or light, make it as clear and cold as possible. It has to scream coldness and winter. That would be very on brand for me. Something that is just on brand for, you know, my current kind of VTuber vibes. Clean falls under minimalist. Depends, but okay, I won't argue with you on this. Sure. If it were me, I would probably be happy with just a very pale blue colored background, and then in the middle some big buttons that link to my other websites. That's it. That's it. No design. Just no design. Happy lurking. Happy lurking, Flashbites. Thank you. Dancing class. I would love dancing class, except I would have liked dancing class if I actually had any proper control over my own body, which I don't. I'm terrible at dancing. I am 몸치. I don't know what the word is in English. Just someone who can't dance. I had to find a way to visualize these weird parts. I'll probably just make it white. Maggie has 2 left feet because Maggie's a sheep. Wait, but sheep don't have 2 left feet. Wait. Because their front hooves are not the same as the back. Not that sheep can dance. I'm sure sheep can dance even better than me. Actually. Oh my gosh. You call that dancing? I'm not sure why it always ends up upside down. Every time someone throws it, it just ends upside down. I don't know why. Oh my gosh. It's still here? Oh. Happy Christmas, I guess. I need to disable that. And it's again my birthday coming up in April. What do I do? I've prepared nothing. I've not planned anything. Maybe I'll just ignore it this year. Yeah, I'll just ignore it. And then it's fine. I'm just gonna treat it as like a normal stream, as if, you know, there's nothing unusual. There's no anniversary, there's no birthday. It's just your regular old stream. No, it's April 27th. You know this. It's actually very close to my my anniversary date, which is on the 1st of May. I have ignored all my children's birthdays unintentionally. I don't even remember my children's birthdays, so you're doing better than me when it comes to that. I know nothing. I know nothing. Wait, it's this one, is it? No. 9, it's 9, this one. I also call my OCs my kids. And then there's also some other characters from Genshin. I have 2 characters from Genshin that I also call my sons. I adopted them. I signed the adoption papers and they're mine now. They are my children. I have them all listed on Vision and my personal Discord events as reminders. Oh my gosh, I remember... Oh, thank you for the stretch, Alan. Let me stretch. I remember giving them birthdays. I think just the ones from Pandemonium though. But I do not remember their birthdays. And like, because I know for myself, even if I remember their birthdays, I would not do anything with it. So, you know, it would be the same as simply forgetting them. Trust me, I forget shit if it's not listed everywhere. Honestly, same. Yeah, same. I'm pretty sure I had it. I had it in their I guess they were some sort of reference sheets. I used my deed dice to create birthdays, really? I actually thought about it. I didn't give them a random date. Like, none of the birthdays I gave them was random. That's the only thing I remember. I just don't know the reason for these dates anymore, and I don't remember the dates themselves either. So. Oh my gosh. I'm a terrible mom. But it's fine. It's fine. They don't need birthdays, do they? Speaking of birthdays... Actually, no, that's not true. I was just reminded of Klein's birthday. You know, Klein from the Lord of the Mysteries. I have not mentioned it today. I have to mention it. His birthday is on March 3rd. And the night before is when you can see the blood moon. So remember, I don't know if they are visible from every country, but the blood moon will be here one day before his birthday. They don't need a year at least. Yes, I don't give them years. Actually, for some of them, I don't even have an age. I don't know how old they are. And I don't really care. It's interesting how indifferent I can be for a lot of things. It's because I lack the brain capacity. I simply cannot think of so many things at the same time. I can only focus on one. I hear that Romania will have a blood moon, but not sure when. Yes, it will be the 2nd of March. Hope it won't rain that night. Yeah, same. I hope to see it. Because I missed it last time. I forgot when it was last time, but I missed it. Is it the same color? Blood Moon, damn, all the mobs are going to respawn again. I know! I know. But that's okay, because then you can just kill them and loot them again. Man, I've yet to finish that game. I have so many things I want to do. It's the same color. It's a different color. The blood moon shall initialize my company. What a great way to start a company, on a blood moon, right? That would be great. Wait, I have an idea. Rather than going through the trouble of creating palettes, just take a screenshot of this and put it on the side. Yeah, that's pretty metal, yeah. It is. But you'll probably have to double check exactly like what time it is in Romania and see if you can actually see it. Because it may be a bit earlier for you guys. Whoa, oh, thank you for the hydrate. I need that. Close this. Is it that rare? I feel like it happens at least once a year, but maybe I'm wrong. Because I think, if I remember correctly, there was one last year as well. Or was it the year before? I don't remember. But I feel like it's one of the more common occurrences. Do you guys have recommendations for chair? I want to buy one. Wait, for what purpose? What kind of chair? I would personally advise a chair, an ergonomic chair that isn't too comfortable. A chair that will make you get up after an hour or two to stretch your legs. Unless you're disciplined enough to, you know, stretch your legs regularly. I would recommend not getting a chair that is too comfortable. That's how I've been able to save my back. Unless you're one of those stubborn people who just, you know, stay put even though they're uncomfortable in their chair. They just refuse to get up. In that case, I would rather you get a comfortable chair. A comfortable chair that is good for your back. You are that stubborn person. Oh no, Minnie. So sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry for your back to hear that. I will remain even if it's painful. Oh no. Oh, I will actually get up. I feel because to me, it feels like my body gets frustrated. And then I just need to get up. And just, you know, walk around or stretch my legs or whatever. It's like, it's this type of frustration where if I don't do something about it, I will get really pissed off. I will be in the foulest mood ever. From what I know, eclipses and rare color moon are common, but most of the time they're over the ocean and stuff. Oh, okay, so they're there, but then they will not be visible for your region kind of thing? Or they will just be at an ungodly hour. Or they will be blocked by clouds. I think that was what happened last time when there was a blood moon. I couldn't see it because it was just cloudy. I want a chair for me. I'm sitting on the metal bolts. Well then, in that case, any chair would be an improvement. Like any chair. Any chair where you're not sitting on the metal bolts, and that will be an improvement. That's the chair you get. Got the back pain 5000 deluxe edition chair. You should put that chair on like a secondhand market and like market it like that. Be like, this is a feature, you know, and then sell it. I'm sure there's people who are willing to buy it. Not me promoting scams. Please don't scam people. Or just sadly shift around for minimal change. Even the shifting is better than like sitting still the whole time. Minnie is a tiny bit stubborn. Tiny bit. I wonder if Minnie is more stubborn than me. Actually thinking about it, I'm not that stubborn at all, I think. I guess only when it comes to very specific topics or very specific things, I can get quite stubborn. But other than that, most of the time I don't really care. I'm like, sure, whatever. Actually don't need to color it that precisely because I'm gonna go over it anyway with a different color. I only need to take care of the outline. And the parts that are already colored, obviously. Okay, so I'm not sitting still, but I do stay in one place, so I constantly change positions. I see, I see. No, that's still better than, you know, constantly sitting still in the same position. Honestly, in social settings, I'm the most malleable person present. People-pleasing feature. Interesting. I guess only stubborn when it comes to certain ways of doing, like processes. Or something you have already formed a very strong opinion about, maybe? Welcome back, Flashbites. You can still enjoy dancing even if you're not good at it. I can see it almost every time I go to dancing school. I get that. Yeah. So then it's really about kind of the enjoyment of the dancing itself rather than dancing quote-unquote correctly. No, I can see that. And at least you're getting your movements in. Dancing is a really good workout. It's like it's a full body workout, right? I looked at the time and I suddenly dreaded having to go to work tomorrow. I don't wanna. I think the 3 days a week thing will be from February. I believe we'll have like a meeting early February where they will formally announce it. And then from that moment we need to follow the new rule. What can I do? What can I do? I just need to work harder at my stuff. Work harder at my freelance things and hopefully, you know, get more fans. Get more people wanting to buy my stuff. My true and unfiltered self is only present when I'm not around others. No pressure is freedom and relief. Oh. No, I get that. I feel like most people will be wearing a mask when they're in the presence of other people, right? Especially if it's people that they're just acquainted with. Perhaps even some friends, like some friends that they're not 100% close to. Like there will be restrictions in their behavior and in the things they say. I feel like I should be more mindful about it because I get so few social interactions like in real life that I feel like I've forgotten how to interact with them almost. Like I don't know what to do. Or then I end up saying something which is kind of weird or that kind of hints towards my probably unconventional hobbies. Like watching anime and playing games. Have to go see you next time and sport with your project. Thank you so much, G-Man. Thank you for stopping by today, and until next time. Not just masking, but actually not being able to be my true self at all. At this point, I know I detached from my usual self a long time ago, so I am just a shell of what people want me to be unless there's a connection that brings us deeper platonically. Conditions apply. Actually, I think in front of really close friends, I'm still not like 100% kind of true to myself. Not because I can't or because I'm unwilling, but it's just what I do, kind of. Like, I will be more considerate of the other person I'm with, right? So I feel like I still can't let go 100%. There will always be like some sort of facade or some sort of mask being pulled up whenever I'm in the presence of anyone. Like even around Minnie or even around Kellen, I would not be able to 100% be my authentic self. Not that that's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. It's just, I have to say, I have an offline mode, like a mode that kind of no one gets to see, and I don't feel like sharing with anyone. And then there's like different layers of masks that I will put on in the presence of certain people. That's why I hate being outside in public settings, yeah. Usually in public settings, I will not engage unless I absolutely have to. Oh my gosh, Fendir, thank you. Happy Sunday. Welcome, welcome. Welcome in. What was I saying? Oh, about being your true self, right? Yeah. I'm only my true self when I'm completely by myself. And I know that no one's watching, right? Like, I'm not even able to be fully, like, 100% my true self even as I'm living in, you know, my parents' house. Even though I am in my own room. That's gonna have to wait another 2 years. At least until next year of August-ish, I would think, when they finish my building. They finish my apartment. I'm helping my younger brother on how to people. He's very shy and it's affecting his day-to-day. Oh no. Is he also socially anxious? Because it's one thing to be shy, but if your younger brother is actually scared of interaction or scared of people, then it's a different story. I fear people. I feel like people are absolutely terrifying to me. And here I am sitting streaming to random strangers on the internet, but it's not the same. It's not the same. Happy indeed. It's natural to act differently in group than in solitude. Exactly. And there's not really like a wrong or right there, right? I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are 100% comfortable with sharing or showing what they are, their true selves. I'm not one of them. There's a private me, and then there's a me that is in the company of someone. Others. And then the mask will differ depending on those people. One other thing that people are also inclined to do is to behave, to act the way that they think they are being perceived by the people that they're with. Yes. So then you end up with completely different personalities. depending on who you're with, because you're like, oh, this person perceives me as such, and like usually subconsciously you will behave like that. And that's okay. That's fine. We just all have different versions of ourselves that come out at different times and in different situations. I guess you could compare it to like mood swings. No, not mood swings. It's just different. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I'm just rambling here. Don't listen to me. There's private me and then there's Maggie me. Yes, exactly. Right? You adjust. You adjust to your environment. This is too green. That's better. I'm pretty comfortable around people, not that I like, I just learned how to blend in. I'm very introspective but pass as an extrovert, but damn I got tired very fast. I mean, I feel like there's a common misunderstanding when it comes to introversion of extroversion, is that people who are introverted are usually shy, but that doesn't necessarily have to be the case, because introversion or extroversion, it just kind of indicates where that person gets their energy from, right? So someone can be extremely outgoing and you know, very talkative around people and like be the center of attention, but still be an introvert, right? It just means that that type of activity is very draining for them. Whereas extroverts, obviously, it's the opposite, right? So they receive energy from social interactions. Whereas introverts, they drain their energy and then they need to recharge by being by themselves for a bit, right? For me, I can tell if I will be okay to be around person if I see them face to face, can't tell why I know, but it's just like that. I mean, I think a lot of people go based on vibes. Yeah, it's not a weird thing. Vibes is very important to humans. Like with some people, even though the interactions are very nice, the person is very nice, it doesn't mean that you have to vibe with them, right? It's very personal. And it doesn't even have to be mutual, right? So even if one person thinks that they vibe with you very well, you may not feel the same, and that's totally fine. Okay, Flashbars, thank you so much for stopping by today. Have a lovely rest of your day, and until next time. And welcome in Ramen Boy. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I also adapt to a person's energy. For me, it depends on the energy. I feel like if someone is very, very, very excited and they're kind of talking about their passion, then obviously I will not match their excitement, but I will kind of bounce it off. So I will stay very quiet and just listen to them because they're just so excited to talk about this thing that interests them. Because if I were to match that energy, then it's a lot, right? It gets very explosive. Likewise with someone who is very frustrated or angry, I will tend to stay very calm, because if I start shouting then it will only escalate, right? If I start raising my voice, the other person will also raise their voice, and then it's only gonna get louder from there. And I'm like, I don't want that. We don't need this to escalate. Like, we're sitting next to each other. We can hear each other just fine. There's no reason to raise our voices. So it really depends. But of course, normally, right, if people raise their voices, other people will also start to raise their voices, right? They will match that energy. It's hard to describe the true essence of what I witnessed through the term masking, because it's formally used for autistic people who has no sense of belonging at all, so they have to adapt an accepted version that will never be true to their authentic self in any way. However, many are now taking this and watering it down to just have a role version of behavior that fits the situation where they find themselves in, which is very normal to get along. I believe I was not speaking of masking specifically, but I guess it could be implied from the way that I used the word mask. It depends on how you define to wear a mask, right? Because I feel like masking goes even further than just wearing a mask in public. But yes, I agree. I think this trend will continue, to be honest. This is not the only term that has been watered down because of, like, whether it's social media or society in general, where a lot of times words have their meaning skewed or watered down, as you mentioned. But yeah, I wasn't talking specifically of masking. I don't have any, background or experience with that. It's really just putting up a mask when you're in public, right? Or when you're around certain company. I had to learn it early on, even though I was the quiet type, always drew attention just by being too quiet. Now I can control how much attention I want to draw. That is impressive. When I was younger, I was also very much coined as a person who was just very quiet, always very shy. But I feel like because people started calling me shy and quiet, that's what I became. So when I decided that I'm actually not a shy person, I kind of changed it. I changed that mentality around it. People don't realize it, but words can be quite harmful in the most unpredictable ways. But again, very, very interesting stuff. Also, I'm not a psychologist or anything, so take everything I say with a bag of salt, please. I'm no expert. I'm just freely speaking my mind here. Nothing what I say is the truth. I'm just here to get people thinking and talking. I'll share my thoughts, but my thoughts are not the truth, right? I feel like that's the case for most streamers, but I do want to reiterate. People may misunderstand. And it happens a lot on the internet, unfortunately. I'll speak for myself. You don't need to feel like you belong, but if anything happened, you can always turn to me. I'll always listen, accept you as who you are, no matter what you've done. I'll meet you from today, not from the past. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. That's usually what happens. People have baggage, people have luggage. But I'm happy here. I'm happy here, sitting and drawing and chatting with you guys and just streaming. Trying to finish my projects as quickly as I can. You're willing to help carry that? You don't have to. That's very kind of you, but I feel like no one needs to carry with me. They can sympathize, right? It's okay to sympathize, but you don't need to carry. Not all burdens are yours to carry. And some people may misunderstand it as arrogance. Let's see what I have for the next page. I think I have some line art already finished here because I kind of want to keep on coloring. I don't feel like doing line art. When I look at this line art, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so old. I want to fix it, but I won't. I will just keep going. Especially with large projects like these. I mean, this isn't especially large, but larger projects, the kind of urge to update things is very strong with me. No worries, it's only one's willingness to share. I don't push, I don't pry. I just say that this option to share and that accounts for any of you. You're too kind, Fendir. Paraphrasing Lydia from Skyrim, I'm sworn to carry your burden. Oh dear. I feel like, or at least me personally, right? I'm not speaking for anyone here. I'm too proud to accept help. So even if people offer, I will not take it. So I don't know why, actually. I think it's because part of my brain perceives it as this person seeing me as weak, which I believe I am not. And I would assume that my brain would be wrong in many cases, but that's just how that's just how I feel about it. It feels very strongly about being underestimated or being under the impression that it's being underestimated. So I may come off as very ungrateful. I don't mean to. So I'm sorry if I sound that way. For roles, it ties into having a good and well-adapted sense of social ethics, one way with family, another way with friends, and a third at work. But all of these roles still take root in one's authentic self. Yet for masking, the authentic root used for social ethics and manners is replaced with a version entirely separate, which would guarantee one to fit in. I see. This, of course, completely ignores the original authentic self and leaves a wide gap and results in isolation and loneliness. Yeah, that's what I understood from masking. I guess it's coined like the official term for this. Also, I'm not bashing you, Maggie, just can't help but offering a bit of info on the topic. Yeah, no worries. I don't feel like I'm being bashed. I may be very prideful, but I am well aware of my lack of knowledge in various topics. I mean, that's why we're here, right? We're here to learn from each other and to gain insight. Be open-minded. Welcome, Scotty! Happy Sunday! We were just talking about being our authentic selves in the presence of other people. And that I have decided that I will never be able to be my authentic self in the presence of other people. But yeah, as Minnie graciously explained, it does have a root in my authentic self, right? So all my behavior and the things I say, they have a root in my authentic self. It's not disconnected. It's not like I'm being, you know, out of character, for lack of better terms. It's a wondrous gift to be fully yourself in another's presence. It is. It really is. I'm studying Jungian? Is that how you pronounce it? Jungian theory in college? I've never heard of that. What is that? All that stuff about personas and finding your true self is simply amazing. Wait, that's a study? Actually, I'm not surprised. I'd never heard of it before, though. It sounds like it's a branch of psychology. I, at least online, behave from my authentic self versus IRL, where I instantly lock away into a box that is engineered to function socially, no matter how much damage it takes. I wonder if you were to face me IRL, how much different you would be from, like, our online interactions. It's pronounced like young. I need to Google that. Youngin? Hold on. Jungian? Okay. It's Jungian. Interesting. Very interesting. Jungian. It really is. I've been digging into psychology. Psychology is so interesting. So interesting. But I could never wrap my head around it, ever. Maggie Cheerios or sausage biscuit this morning? Why is Cheerios an option? Or do you mean Cheerios flavored biscuit? Why is that an option? I'm confused. Go for... Wait, sausage biscuit sounds really weird too. What is this? What are you making me choose? What is this? Is this a local thing? Where you are? I'm so confused. Where you live, people have Cheerios for breakfast? Wait, you didn't mention breakfast. I don't know why my brain automatically assumed breakfast. Are you talking about breakfast? The mind is such a complex and interesting topic. It is. It's especially intriguing because we have not kind of quite fully grasped it, you know? So it's still very much a topic where a lot of new things are being discovered and a lot of new things are being, how to say, studied. Remember Alaska, I was taken aback at first, but quickly way more enticed to read, understand you better, and it was way easier to relax, didn't feel terrible at all. You were taken aback? Why? It's not, because it's not like it was our first call. Oh wait, it was our first, never mind. It was a first face-to-face call, yeah. I mean, there wasn't much difference. The only difference was that you saw my face live. Live in action. Live action. Live action facial tracking. Would that count as like an IRL encounter though? Because it's not like I was in the same... Is it different if you have the person in the same room? Because this was still over a wired connection. I can imagine it must be really weird to like see a person's face, like to watch them talk when you've only heard their voices before. I have that with streamers who do like a face reveal, so you're very familiar with their face, but then no, you're very familiar with their voice but not with their face. So there's this initial kind of, I wouldn't say disconnect, but like a shock, like, oh my gosh, it's like the voice is coming from that person's mouth, you know? It always feels very unfamiliar at first. I don't know if you guys have the same, if you've ever experienced it. It kind of counts as offline, but not fully, right? It's still different compared to, you know, being there in the flesh. I'm just grabbing the colors real quickly so I don't need to change tabs all the time. I just eyedrop within the same canvas. Say for this one. Some misaligned lines, I see. The day we stroll around at the big medieval market, it would be truly offline, touching grass. Touching grass! Oh my gosh. I should be touching more grass, but honestly, I have ambitions. I have things to do. If anything, because I missed the deadlines for Enter Ouroboros last year, I really want to finish that this year. Especially now because it's still very much, it's still very much doable for me to complete it within this year, obviously, because we just started. So I just really want to finish this ASAP. Like at this point, I'm not even worried about people kind of liking or understanding the story. I just want this to be done. Does that make sense? I just want to have like a finished story under my belt. Whether it was good or bad, regardless. Just something, you know, anything. Oh, please don't crash. That's the whole idea of that reality show Love is Blind. The couple only talk for days and only see each other the day they propose marriage. Oh my gosh. Like, do we know what happens to them after they get married? Or do they just cut it off there? Because I feel like that's gonna end up in absolute drama. It's just gonna be absolute catastrophe. And not because they only see each other face to face, like when they propose, but also because they don't know how to say what it's like to be in each other's presence. So it's for sure gonna clash. Like they don't know their day-to-day habits, right? Like that's just recipe for disaster in my eyes. Such show will 100% out those who prioritize visuals over personalities. Why do I feel called out? Why do I feel called out? There's nothing wrong with liking pretty people, okay? But it's a whole other thing to marry someone just because they are pretty. Even I wouldn't do that. And we're not talking about fictional husbands here, okay? I can have fictional husbands. It's not the same. like him for his personality too. Right? It's not all just looks. I'm immediately suspect of any show surrounding dating/romance because I'm always wondering how much of it is performative to make it more interesting. I feel like 99% of it is scripted. Even if not scripted line by line, I feel like the participants, let's call them that, not actors, they are being guided by the production team to behave a certain way or to kind of make things happen a certain way. I don't know if this is true, but that's how it feels like to me. There's much drama. The show keeps going for a month. Oh, for a month after. Usually there's a lot of fighting, but some couples are together to this day. The Japan version is very wholesome. Ooh. When it comes to like Japanese culture, I'm just making assumptions right now, right? I could be completely wrong about this couple, but they're very quickly kind of complacent. They're very kind of quick to accept their fate, and they will like adapt to the masses, right? So even though there's some friction, they will somehow, you know, do their best to make it work and to not make a fuss. Like, I hope I'm horribly mistaken about this couple that you mentioned, but that's what I see a lot in, you know, Japanese couples. I'm sure it's not the Japanese ones, but a lot of kind of people who have had very conservative upbringing. But yeah, I hope they're doing well to this day. The Brazilian version is pure chaos. Oh no. Oh no. But I mean, that's why people watch these shows, right? I feel like they're just there for the drama. They want the drama, and then they compare it to their own lives, and then they're like, you know, my life's not so bad. Wait, are you talking about my Korean boyfriend? Wait, me? Not me. I don't watch those shows. I have enough drama in my life to, you know, I don't need to watch those kind of shows. The only shows I watch are like true crime documentaries, or usually fiction, right? Like murder detectives, murder mysteries, that kind of stuff. Usually the complete opposite from romance and drama. Well, I guess murder mysteries come with their own drama, but it's not like with directly with relationships, right? It's a different type of drama. Mystery sheep, yes. You know, mystery stuff. Like the Lord of the Mysteries. Have you guys started reading yet? It's so good. I recommend it to everyone. I watched a Korean show with 5 women from Brazil who have been in long-distance relationship, and then went to Korea to meet them and see if they could have their own K-drama romance materialize. They were there for a month too. Okay, okay. Did it work? Did they have their you know, their ideal K-drama romance? Did their dreams come true? I'm genuinely curious. Oh, I forgot to look up when the special episodes for the Lord of the Mysteries will be coming out this year. This year is a good year for anime. We Brazilian truly are passionate. Oh my gosh. It's a good thing, I guess. It's good to be passionate, but it also invites a lot of drama. But hey, people like drama. Most humans like drama. Do you guys like drama? You like the drama shows? What kind of shows do you guys like to watch? I hope it's not all drama, because I assume it's not, because there's no drama on this channel. We're all very, very down to earth here. I made her sleeves too long here. I'll fix it later. One pair went on to marriage. Oh, and another went with a toxic dipshit dude that really only deserved a boot to the balls, I see. Then there was a sweet flirt couple and one who failed at the initial setup but met another, and the last never went to find romance, but rather she wanted to connect with her roots after moving to Brazil at the age of 3. But she also met a potential match to stay in touch with. Oh, okay, okay. That's actually not too bad. Or maybe I was just being very pessimistic. But it's good if it works out, of course. That's actually what we want. That's what everyone wants, right? For things to work out. The short Chinese dramas recently, thinking about it is weird, but I got kind of hooked. Wait, the short Chinese... You mean the short form ones? The vertical short form Chinese dramas? Because if it is the short form dramas, vertical ones, then I have something to say about those. I have something to say about those. But I won't if no one knows what I'm talking about. I have not seen it appear like in other countries yet. I've only seen like the Chinese ones. And I was shocked. I was shocked to see it. Because it was literally made for like the current younger generations. The pacing is so incredibly fast and all over the place. I was just baffled. I think it's like, so they're like vertical forms. It has usually 60, 70 eps, some are good, but one thing I hate are the endings. Oh. Wait, what about the endings? Are they not like usual dramas except like fast forwarded? Because I feel like every episode is like 5 to 10 minutes. It's super short. And then it's like a vertical form, so it's very easy to watch on your phone. The only reason why I know this is because my mom she started to watch them, and I watched along to some of them, and I was like, what is this? And apparently it's like a new form of drama that emerged from China. I actually don't know if it actually emerged from China or elsewhere, but that's where I first seen them, right? The Chinese media. That's it. Oh my gosh. They're really like almost funny, I find them, because it's so fast paced and they are jumping from scene to scene. It is wild. It's absolutely wild. It's like watching a sped up version of your traditional C-dramas, right? Found some good, but the pacing and the ending, I see. Wait, what about the endings though? I'm curious now. Because I think all the ones that my mom has been watching, either she already finished them or they're still ongoing and I've just not seen the ending yet. I don't even know the titles of the shows she's watching. I have no idea. C-drama speedrun, yes, exactly. At first I thought it wasn't official. I thought it was like indie, you know, indie dramas that people produced, or that it was like a parody. That's what I also thought at first, that it was just a parody of, you know, your classic Chinese dramas. But it turned out to be like they're official like products. They actually produced them, unironically. I have not yet seen other media kind of jump onto this type of, you know, drama. The vertical, super fast-paced version of it. But I guess we'll be seeing it in the West soon. I guess, because usually stuff that happens in the East will jump over to the West at some point in time, maybe in a few years' time. The ending sucks usually, man. That if they're gonna like produce something so fast, at least like put a proper ending to it. So either you get a good one altogether or a good one from the beginning to end and then ends like from nowhere. Oh my gosh. It's like they ran out of money or they ran out of inspiration, so they kind of have to wrap it up quickly. And because the pacing was already quick, it just ends up ending abruptly. Oh no. Oh no. It is what it is. But it appears that, you know, a lot of people have been enjoying them, so I mean, who am I to judge? Good bounce, Maggie. Have a nice week, everybody. Keep strong, Maggie. Thank you so much. Don't let the office break you. I will try. Thank you so much, Alan. Have a wonderful next week, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I think it already has, and they're starting to make the dramas for Western people. Oh my gosh, I need to witness. I need to... When you find one, let me know. I'm so curious. I'm also so curious how the West is going to receive this. I actually think it will be quite popular among the new, you know, the younger generation. The generation with the goldfish memory span. Not memory, like both memory span and attention span, like both. Thinking about it, I feel like stories like The Lord of the Mysteries that I love so much are very ill-suited for people with a short attention span. I have seen some comments under the translated chapters of The Lord of the Mysteries of people complaining that it was the pacing was too slow and that they didn't know what was happening, even though they barely just started, and it's literally called The Lord of the Mysteries. You know, there's supposed to be some mystery here. They're not obviously gonna give you all the answers up front, right? I saw a lot of people complain like that, and I was like, just read the story. Just read, and all your answers will be, you know, all your questions will be answered. Oh. But I want to know the mysteries, Maggie. I mean, it's no longer a mystery if you have the answer, right? It needs to stay mysterious. It's like, if you're gonna complain about the mysteries, then why start reading a story that is literally called The Lord of the Mysteries? Wait, I saw a clip with werewolf theme and a mother of an alpha pup that commands people. Wait, werewolves. As some of the dramas have been adapted from their Chinese manga, they are coming. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. I'm both scared and also super interested. This is such an interesting development to me. The whole media thing, the whole, I'd say, things that become popular is so intriguing to me, because I feel like the new things that are coming out, the new developments, are things that I can no longer relate to. I'm officially part of the old generation. Oh my gosh. It's so interesting. Anyways, I'll just, I'll just sit here and make my own stories. You know, if people don't understand them, that's fine too. I do hope to find some like-minded people who do understand my stories and can, you know, who know to pace themselves, those who aren't impatient to find out what is happening. Although the current story, the short story I'm now working on, it's like 4 episodes. Surely people are not gonna, you know, complain about these 4 episodes being like, oh, it's too long, or I don't know what's happening. I wonder. I'm very excited to read the comments when they come out, when I finally release this story. Hopefully later this year. Oh my gosh, it's so hot. I'm so hot. Ugh. There. Sometimes I wonder if this is the feeling my grandma felt binge watching her Chinese dramas before. Maybe. Maybe. I feel like I'm part of that generation that's kind of slowly realizing what their parents and grandparents were feeling before. We can relate now. I don't know why I'm wearing my headset. I don't need it. I just wear it by default. Because it's a habit, but I don't actually need it. I want to go grab a snack, honestly, but I don't know if we have any snacks. Or maybe I'll just pour myself a glass of milk instead. My mom bought like, lactose-free milk. Milk that I can actually drink. It doesn't taste as nice as like proper milk though, but you know, it's the best my body can deal with, unfortunately. Yeah, I may take a very short break in a second. Because I notice that like I'm starting to shake and my body, like I feel really hot right now, as if it's like 30 degrees in my room, which I know it's not. But that's because my blood sugar is very low right now. So I need to replenish. I can't continue drawing otherwise. Which one is to your taste, the lacto-free one or soy milk? I prefer soy milk over the lacto-free one because with the lacto-free one, it's sweeter, right? Because the lactose is already broken down, and when you break down lactose, you get sugars. So lactose-free milk is a little bit sweeter than regular milk, and so I don't really like it. I'm not really a sweet tooth. Then eat something. I know. I just wanted to finish up this grass real quickly. I will do that. You guys behave, okay? I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I quickly grabbed half an orange, a piece of chocolate, some nuts, and some lactose-free milk. Yeah, Scotty, what did you get? I just realized I never really gave you an answer because I was just confused about the Cheerios or the sausage biscuits. Cheerios for breakfast. Yes, it was very nice. It's like a dark chocolate. And applesauce. I have not had applesauce in so long. I want some applesauce now. But I only have some nuts. I brought nuts to snack and I brought my milk up. Honestly, if you do not want to see me when my sugar gets low, because I scarfed everything down as if I had not eaten anything for the past 3 days. I ate so fast. And I'm gonna eat some more. It'll take about 5 minutes, I think, for it to take effect. Excuse my munchies. I was thinking of maybe switching to a game, but I have like 1 hour-ish left and it's a bit short, so I might as well just keep going. Keep going and chatting with you guys. What are you having for dinner? Do you know? I think I'm having leftovers tonight. Just some rice and my mom, she cooked I don't know the English word for it. Some 鱼香茄子, if you know. The aubergine with meat. And just rice. We're having rice today. Water buffalo. Water buffalo. Oh my gosh. Maybe it's because my blood sugar is low, but I feel really hungry. Not stuffed, but I have eaten enough to, you know, keep going for the next hour. And I think I've pretty much stopped shaking, so I can keep drawing in a minute. I just realized that Minnie's question was about the food, no, not whether I felt stuffed or not. Yeah, what are you having for dinner today? I don't know how loud my chewing is. I'll mute. Okay, that's enough. Back to work. Wait, what kimbap? What was in your kimbap? I missed the kimbap I always got from the Pumato close to my dormitory. Anything later would be sandwiches. Yeah, I think I'm just hungry. Tuna mayo. 참치. 참치김밥. Hunger is ensuing, yeah. I should have had more for lunch. I had one small sandwich with you know, it's not pork belly, but it's similar, and then it's like brewed and simmered for a very long time. And I put that on the bread. That's what I had for lunch. I don't know what it's called. In Chinese, if people in chat know, it's lu rou. I don't know what the English word for it is, but it's very nice. It's very, very flavorful, and the like it's pieces of meat with like the fat and the skin, so it's like super flavorful. I love it so much. The one you put with steamed buns, yeah, but even juicier because of the additional fat and like the skin layers. It's like I guess similar to guapao. Do you know guapao? I don't know how to describe it. But yeah, I guess it is similar, except with not like smaller piece of meat, but like a big chunk of meat. Oh, you know it, yes, yes. I love it. They have a few restaurants here, like in the big cities here, where they serve guapao, like the real Taiwanese ones, and they're really nice, but they're also so expensive. They're so expensive. Then again, food in Taiwan is just cheap, so I get it, but yeah, I very, very rarely have it. I'm actually not sure if the meat used in the guapao is the lu rou, but I guess it's similar. I recently discovered glutinous fried rice balls with minced meat and veggie stuffing. The batter has a hint of cinnamon too. It's almost like a dessert. Wait, that sounds super nice. Hungry. It's braised pork belly usually in our place. Yes, it is. It's yeah, that is basically it is literally braised pork belly. But I don't know if the spices used are the same. Anyways, good stuff. We love good food. I just realized that I have not decided what the back looks like of their outfits. I guess I want it to be the same as the front question mark. So I'll just do this. Same place also added mapo tofu to their dishes recently. I'm so over the moon. So good. So good. We love a good tofu dish. I also miss the like the proper Korean sundubujjigae. That was my favorite when I was living in Korea. Maybe for my special anniversary stream, I can just sit down and talk about food the whole stream. I could do that. And then we'll explore all kinds of different dishes. Have you guys ever tried laksa before? It's... Hold on. If I remember correctly, it's a drink, right? It's like a yogurt drink, isn't it? Unless I'm confusing it with something else. What's that drink then? What the hell am I talking about? I need to Google that. I don't think I've ever had it before. Wait. I think I had like an instant noodle version of this one. It's like the coconut with the coconut milk, right? I don't know how authentic the taste is of the instant noodle version is, but I really like it. It's very nice. It's a good mix between like creamy and spicy. But what the heck is that drink I was on about? No idea. Oh, it's lassi. Okay. It both started with an L and an A. Okay. It's very very natural for me to mix the two up. I haven't tried lassi yet, but I'm curious on how it tastes. I think it's a mixture between like sweet and sour. And it is a must when, or at least for me, when I'm having Indian curry, because if I don't have the lassi on the side, I will get a stomachache. Like the curry will actually mess up with my stomach, but with the lassi it kind of neutralizes it or something. I think it balances out the curry, making your tummy rumbly, yeah. I'm sure not everyone has it, but I feel like I'm just a bit more sensitive to those spices. Do you guys try the exotic foods where you go to other places? Usually, yes. Like if I know, you know, what to look out for, I will usually specifically go to a place that serves it. Try, you know, try the local stuff. What's the weird thing that you remember you tried? A weird thing? Weird as in something that I didn't particularly like? Or that is kind of weird to eat by Western standards? I guess by Western standards, I mean, you can get some of these in like special restaurant, not special, but like authentic restaurants here as well. I have not had crickets before. I have had worms before, but it was not, it was a specific type of worm that is specially cultivated for human consumption. So they put it in like a quiche, a pie. So I had like a worm pie before, but it's not like a local, how to say, it wasn't a local delicacy or anything. It was just something that they tried as an experiment and they offered if I wanted some. I guess the weirdest thing would be chicken feet and coagulated pig's blood. I think would be the weirdest, like the ones that Western people would be more kind of squeamish about. It is. It tasted. It didn't really have a taste, honestly. It just tastes like protein. It was very dense, and it didn't really have a taste of its own much. It was more the texture. Yeah. It was a long time ago, so I don't really remember, to be honest. Because I think at the time my mind was also a bit too preoccupied with the fact that I was eating worms, so I wasn't paying attention to the taste too much. But honestly, it was fine. What are some things that, like some weird things that you guys have eaten? Weird things by Western standards. What else we got? I guess there's like various types of meat, like snake, or I guess kangaroo would be very uncommon here. But if you know where to look, we do have restaurants that serve like kangaroo meat here, or even ostrich meat. And I think most Western people will be squeamish about organ meats, you know, like stomach or intestines. There are some authentic Chinese restaurants here that serve them, but I find it too chewy, so I don't really order it, to be honest. But I've had it before. What else? I love pig intestines fried or barbecued. Does that like kind of take away the chewiness of it? Because that's for me the thing that I didn't really like. It's very chewy. The worm things I haven't tried yet. I don't even know where you could get it. But I guess it would be, like the taste would be similar to something like crickets. Maybe. Like not much flavor, just, you know, a lot of texture. Well, that said, I don't think I have ever had crickets before, but I can imagine what they would taste like. If you fry it, make it crispy like cracklings. Oh, same as barbecue if you toasted it. Okay, like the only way I've ever had it before was like in a stew. But yeah, if I find it next time, I will try the intestines, like fried, deep fried. Sounds really nice. Every time now when I look at Falco, I am reminded of G-Man's words. I need to give him more cake. I'll fix it next time. Apparently people like cake. If I put more cake in my comics, surely people will read them, right? That's how this works, right? Yeah, I don't like the texture if it's on super stew unless it's boiled super soft. I see. I guess I've just been eating it wrongly then. I feel like the West should adapt on also, like, to also eat organ meat. Like, if you're gonna, you know, if you want to eat meat, then, you know, at least eat the whole thing. Or at least as much as possible, right? Okay, more cake. I need to remember that. Here in my place, organs are almost all eaten, fried, barbecue, or soup. That's good. It's good. We would have so much less waste if we ate more of the humans of the humans. I wanted to say of the humans that we slaughter. That's not what I meant to say. I mean of the animals, the livestock that we slaughter. Humans. No. Slip of the tongue. My bad. Humans. No, we don't eat humans on this channel. No. Do I look like someone who would eat humans, honestly? Oh, you're still deeply buried in my mock-up. I'm curious. So curious. Kinda? I kinda look like I would eat humans. I don't know. I don't think they're very tasty, to be honest. They become chewy very quickly. So if you want some like proper tender meat, they need to be quite young. And you especially don't want those who have been like bulking up a lot because the muscle is just too chewy. Way too chewy. Best to have something nice and tender, you know, like the people who literally just sit around all day. That's the best meat. Hypothetically, of course. They would have to be prepared properly, of course. Yeah, of course. But that's with every type of food, right? You want to prepare it properly. The most disgusting thing that still haunts me are overboiled mushrooms that look and feel like... Oh no! Oh dear. They just ruined the mushrooms at that point then. Gosh. The ones you can scrape out of it or wipe off kids' faces. Are you sure that what you were eating were actually mushrooms. Like, you never know. Maggie likes them young and tender. I mean, who doesn't, right? Who doesn't? Be honest with me. Who doesn't like them young and tender? Feed okra mini makes me remember of boogers. Yes! Yes. I can only stomach okra if it's like mixed with something else. If I were to just eat it like that on its own, I don't like it. I don't like the texture. Speaking of young and tender, I had experience before cooking a young suckling pig on a roast before. Oh, interesting. How did that go? Was it good? I hope you didn't have to eat it all on your own. Like when you say roast, I always think of like an open fire, you know, and then have a pig like on the spit, like just out in the open under a fire. Is that what you did? I don't want to eat anything of that texture. Yeah, I get that. The sliminess. We don't like slimy. Like Young About the Size of Babe the movie. Oh no, that's basically a piglet. Oh, that's what you said, a suckling. Yeah. Oh my lord. The poor piggy. He had a life ahead of him. He was roasted on the spit. Was it delicious though? Was it a good piggy? I hope there aren't any vegetarians in chat. If so, I apologize. Apparently my community consists of avid meat eaters. Wait, I'm gonna turn that around. I'm gonna use this color here and then use this color here. Yeah, that's better. I need to fix it for the other ones as well now, but in due time. It looked like it was just sleeping, Maggie. My friend uncle did the job. It was my first time. It was very delicious. I also apologize to vegans. Yeah. I feel like we should go back to treating meat and meat dishes as, you know, a luxury product. And not as, like, how to say, a basic part of a meal. Just like, you know, back in the day when meat was very expensive. I feel like it should be a luxury product. Especially if you also consider like the environmental like impact it has. But that's a whole different topic. Does even the soup count like the thick viscous one? Like thick soup, I think it's not the same as slimy, right? It's just thicker. Even the bones was soft and you can break it with a plate with how soft it was when it was cooked. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever had like eaten bones before of like a pig. I have eaten the soft bones before of like certain types of fish, like unagi, right? So they're broiled to a point where you can even eat the bones. But I've never had that with like pork before. Yes and no, depends on how sticky it is. I don't mind super heavy and lovely creamy soups or hot pot slash stews, but it starts sticking and behaves like stringy cheese, then I'm out. Oh yeah, yeah. Like I don't think you would even call it soup anymore at that point. Unless it's actually mozzarella, then I can string for miles and I'm okay. Like thick and slimy, like the spicy and sour soup with mushrooms. But that's not really slimy like that. Unless you're thinking of a different dish. The spicy sour soup, it's the 酸辣汤, right? I love 酸辣汤, but I don't think that would be considered slimy. It does leave like a little bit of this kind of texture in your mouth, which I guess could be considered slimy, but the soup itself isn't really slimy. A spicy dish then, yes. Yes, but some make it thick. Ah, okay. I've only ever had it from like the instant packages. No, that's not true. I've also had it in restaurants before. I like adding a bowl of rice to the 酸辣汤, so you have a bit like almost like a porridge, right? I think it's very nice. Speaking of soup, how about bird nest soup? I've never had it, and I will probably also never have it. It's from a swallow, right? I think it was. I'm not even sure if that's legal here. Yeah, I think if they sell anything here named like a bird's nest soup, it's not the real authentic one. I don't know what the replacement is though. Like what they use instead nowadays. But I haven't tasted it, only the instant ones or the not real authentic ones. Would you be interested in tasting the genuine one, like knowing where it comes from? I don't think even I would try it, to be honest. Yeah, taste it, but not a big bowl of it. I know it comes from bird spit. Okay. Nah, not for me. Ooh, what about jellyfish? guys tried jellyfish? It's a little bit chewy, but it's actually the kind of chewy that I like. It's not like, you know, like the intestines. Would like to try but haven't yet. I know there are some, or at least here, there are some restaurants that serve like duck meat, like with jellyfish, and it's quite it's quite a refreshing dish actually. I do recommend it. It's one of my favorites. I don't even like regular jelly. I'm not sure that's related. Jelly is made from bones. I'm talking about jellyfish. But yeah, it is mostly texture actually. The jellyfish doesn't have much of a flavor of its own, unless... No, I don't think it has. It has a very, very mild taste. Like the kind chewy from cold cuts. Yes, yes, it is. As many doesn't like jelly or slimy things. Yeah, and yet your mascot is a blob. Indeed. But the blob can be made of anything. It doesn't have to be like a jellyfish, right? It could be something else entirely that just resembles a jellyfish. Oh, but you also don't like regular jelly. Interesting. Like the pudding? I do like jelly. I like jelly and jellyfish. Controver. I like their anatomy but don't want it in my mouth. Oh, I mean I guess you could compare it to vegetarians who like don't want to eat animals. Like they love animals but they don't want it in their mouth kind of thing. Yeah, I get it. I can see that. Pudding. Pudding. Giga pudding. You guys know the commercial? The Giga pudding commercial? Whoa, what's this mess here? Pretty sure I finished the lines. I just realized that I'm drawing Falco way too inconsistently. I drew him way too handsome here. And now I'm like, do I change it? I'll think about it. How about the stinky ones like durian or fish paste? I have actually never eaten durian before. I have had durian flavored like candy, but I don't think they compare. I've never had like real durian before. To be honest, I'm also not exactly curious to try. Fish paste. I don't think I've ever tried it. Actually, hold on. I need to double check what that looks like. No, I don't think I've ever had it. Fermented fish. No, I've never had it. Is it good? It sounds like it stinks. Like a lot. It's good, but it stinks. Imagine just a dab of it stinks your whole room. Ah, okay, like camembert. Or like stinky tofu. Kinda. I like stinky tofu. I haven't tried stinky tofu. What does it taste like? It's the white hairy one. It's not the hairy one. At least not the one I had. The one I had was like covered in sauce, so I don't know if it was actually secretly like hairy underneath. But we just bought it on the market. But it's not the hairy one, it's just or at least the one I had wasn't the hairy one. It was a dark brown one, but that was because it was like broiled in like a glaze. Can't really compare. It just tastes like tofu. It's just tofu. Fermented tofu. And it just happens to have a really bad smell. In a moment, I'm gonna have to prepare to go to office tomorrow, and I don't wanna. I just wanna keep drawing. I don't wanna go to office. Forgot to do some of the line art here. I'm all over the place. Also on this side, I forgot to do the line art for the zipper. All over the place. What is wrong with me? You'd think I'd have a grasp on my own projects by now, but I don't. Yes, 666 subs on Tapas, yes. For a while now, actually. It used to be a bit more, but obviously because of the hiatus, it's been going down, and I got a new one recently, like a few weeks ago, and it was back on 666, so I'm very happy. It's perfect. Oh, no worries, Ramen Boy. I enjoy it. It's very interesting topics. Even though I'm the type who doesn't generally enjoy having my meals, like I eat because I have to. If there's nice food, I will always appreciate it. I just regret that I don't have access to a lot of good food that I know. I would have to travel very far just to get those foods, or I would have to figure out a way to cook them myself, but then the issue of the ingredients arises. Like, where am I gonna get the ingredients, right? And it's a lot of effort and time, and let's be real, I don't have time. Who has time nowadays? Oh, I still have my milk. My model doesn't like it when I drink. I don't have much time. I don't want this to end, but it is what it is. I'm gonna have to go back to reality soon. I just pray that I'll be able to escape the prison of a 9-to-5 sooner than later. You will, I hope you'll do, yeah. I hope it will improve, because if you think about it objectively, it is crazy that that's a normal thing, right? You spend so much of your life working. And for what? Working just to live? Anyways, I try not to dwell on it because puts me down every time. It's depressing. But hey, what can I do? We're all just struggling, right? We're all getting by best we can. We're all hanging in there, supporting each other, encouraging each other, wishing each other the best. You just buy on the good fire, just win the lottery. It's sad but true. If you don't have money, you pay with hours of your life. It is what it is. Anyways, let me finish this up and then I'm gonna go have dinner and prepare for the week ahead of me. I'm gonna leave him like this. This is fine. I'll continue next time. I did a lot today, though. These and... I guess these. Most of these. The second half of this. I also chatted a lot, so I have an excuse. I had fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Were able to relax a bit with me. Oh yes, please do, Minnie. Thank you, thank you. I will check it after my preparations. Anyways, I wish you all good luck for the next week ahead of you. And I will be back here again next Sunday. So I hope to see you again very soon. Thank you again for joining. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And until next time. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.